So you graduated, you have dreams, you have a certificate, but there is no job. Come, let us talk about something. If your whole future, if your entire financial future depends on getting a job in Cameroon, then trust me, you are in a big trouble. Not because you were lazy, not because you are not educated, you are not smart, and so on, but just because the number of jobs that are available are not enough to serve the number of people who graduate each and every year. And that's why the question has actually shifted right now. The real question that we are asking today in Cameroon is no longer how do I get a job, but is how do I survive without one? And that is because it is very challenging, and especially for my Anglophone brothers, because of what? Lack of infrastructure, lack of industries in our regions. Thousands and thousands of students graduate every year. Take the University of Buea, for instance. It graduates tens of thousands of students every academic year, and of course it admits tens of thousands more. But at the end of the day, where are these people going with the few jobs that are available? When you look critically, you realize that when people graduate, many still remain dependent on their parents. Some go into begging. They can beg today, tomorrow, not because they want to, but because they need to survive. And that is where we need to change. And the thing is that the world has changed. Technology has changed. A lot of things are changing. But people are still stuck in a system that was designed to work in maybe 1980 or 1970. And that is why we are here today. Now let's talk a little bit about these quadrants. Robert Kiyosaki, whom I consider to be one of the greatest business teachers in the world, he has a book, one of the best-selling books, the Cashflow Quadrant. And on that book, he describes a particular quadrant which demonstrates 4 categories of income earners in the world today. We have the E quadrant, the S quadrant, the I quadrant, and the B quadrant. So the E quadrant is for employees. That is where many Cameroonians want to actually be. But it is not possible because we know what is happening in our country. We've already spoken about it. Then the S quadrant is for the self-employed people, and this is where people who are struggling to make some income in Cameroon. This is where majority of Cameroonians are actually found right now. And then we have the B quadrant, which is for business owners, and that is where a few people who are making real substantial income belong to. And then we have the I quadrant for investors. Very few people are here because when you're here, it means your money is making money for you. But I want to challenge you that many of you watching this video are in neither of these quadrants. You are neither an employee, a self-employed person, a business owner, or investor. You are on the U cycle. That simply means the unemployed. And that is why this video is made. So just to reiterate, people who are on the E quadrant, examples are people like teachers, bankers, lawyers, and so on. And so these people, they have a job. And so, of course, most of them they've gotten into it by direct appointment and so on. And it's difficult for you and I to get there. But people who are surviving, the majority on the S quadrant, they have a lot of skills they've mastered. Maybe from like graphic design, video editing, or sales and marketing, and so on. And the business owners, they've already accumulated and built over the years, and investors have money. But now, what we want to talk about is how you can find your way into the system, and without you belonging here, you can leave from here, and then maybe you start from here and see how you can make a transition to this place, and possibly in future you come up to this place too as well. So what we are saying here is that if you don't have a job yet, you should not just sit around and waiting and praying for one to come. You need to start learning some skills. Yes, skills such as what? AI, digital marketing, graphic design, and so on. Because these will help you become a self-employed person. Like for instance, there are many small ideas that you might start. There are many shopkeepers and many people who sell small dresses out there. There are people who have maybe small businesses that they connect. They sell laptops, they sell all those things. Those guys are self-employed. There are many people who have skills, plumbers, electricians, and so on, where they fall here. Now you realize that before you fall here, you must have skills. And that's why it is difficult for many people to belong here. It's very difficult in Cameroon to be here. It's easier to get here, but it's still difficult for many people because they do not have any skills. So what we are saying today is that you need to start learning what artificial intelligence skills, because AI right now is dominating. And if you're good at using AI, you're already miles ahead of other people. Digital marketing, very powerful tool, because more than 5 billion people are active on social media alone, and in fact, accumulatively, statistics shows that more than 6 billion 120 million people are online today. So if you can master digital marketing skills, you're already on your path. Then graphic design, very, very important for anybody who wants to start a small business and be self-employed. Then we talk about video editing, web design, web development, then content creation too. Many people have made it because of simply creating content online. Then sales and marketing, very, very important. Customer support, and of course copywriting. These are skills that you need to start learning. And what is the charge for you? To go out today and you do research and start learning these skills as soon as possible. When you master most of these skills, it might even be very easy for you to find yourself as an employee in most of our private companies. Yes. So I myself personally, I did apply physics in my undergraduate before I went on to do a master's degree in engineering. But while doing my master's, I realized how difficult it is to get a job in Cameroon, and so I started learning a lot of skills: AI, digital marketing, graphic design, video editing, web building, and so on. And so that helped me to be able to start a business of my own, to be able to build an agency of my own, and moreover to be able to train other people to do the same. And along this journey, one thing I realized was that people and even companies are looking forward for value and not just somebody with a very big certificate. Yes. And so the charge for you right now is to do what? Is to go out there and start learning. Yes. And there are many platforms. The very first one which I started from was YouTube. So you can go to YouTube, you start searching, and go to Google and you start searching. But the problem with learning on YouTube, learning on internet, is that there are a bunch of materials, and structure is what we are looking for, which helps simplifies everything down for you. And that is why I was able to create Nexita. Yes, the next era extended income and talent acceleration, which helps you master AI skills, digital marketing, graphic design, video editing, web development, sales and marketing, copywriting, and so on, and how you can use the power of artificial intelligence to implement this if you don't have a business, and you start from what? The self-employed, building your own business, right up to being a semi-business owner, and then you build a larger business from there. And why not get into the employee? If you already have a business running and you're willing to scale it, this is also for you, because you're going to learn the AI tools and how to use them for your business. I'm sure you've been hearing about it and you think it's only about writing a small prompt and getting an answer, but there is much more that artificial intelligence can do for you, and that is what Nexita is going to be bringing forward to you. So if you're tired of waiting for a job to meet you, if you're tired of taking your waiting, struggling to build your business from the basic level to the large level, because you need what? AI, digital marketing skills, and all the others, then click this link and join us, yes, in our community. You can click this link to go to the website, or contact me on this number on WhatsApp, and I'm going to add to the community, and you're going to start learning to build your own business. Remember, the question is no longer how do I get a job, but how do I survive without a job? And this is just the system that is going to help you survive. I am MRT HD, and if you want more videos like this that can help you, I want you to give a follow, and we are going to keep in touch more. See you again next time.